Yeah, this one's gonna suck. Plants vs. Zombies has been known for its many knockoffs, some of which you may even recognize, like my playthrough of Pea Shooter. Thank the Lord that's over. But as for every other knockoff, majority of the time you'll find yourself merging plants together, or kicking the Pea Shooter, or kicking the Minecraft Pea Shooter. However, unlike the other games, something about angry plants stood out to me, so I decided to take a closer look. Angry Plants, otherwise known as Plants vs. Zombie Survival, yeah, that's kind of the whole point, dumbass, was created by none other than EA. Yeah, see, I just don't believe you. But at least I know which are the most played games that are just like Plants vs. Zombie Survival. Like Google Snake. Or Super Mario Bros. Anyway, despite this game's lack of developers, or publishers, or a volume slider, the intro screen shows us literally no title, along with a crackhead zombie and a pulsating triangle. Entering the game, we're given no introduction to who we are, what we are doing, or what the piss is that? For some reason, this zombie's had a bit too much off the top, and without even planting anything yet, it looks like this zombie has already been through war. And interestingly enough, Dave is nowhere to be seen in this timeline, which, to be honest, makes sense because where the hell are we? What is this Spartan gladiator-ass background? Ain't no plants grown in this dirty, nasty, built like Dave's ass cheek environment. Our first two plant heroes are Christmas Pea Shooter and Sleep Paralysis Flower. There's a bunch more horrifying plants here, but we'll save those for when we unlock them. And can we just take a second to appreciate the sound design? Jokes aside, we placed down our first sunflower. What type of heavy-ass flowers am I planting? Why do you sound like a house blowing up? The sunflower in this game gives you an extra star. How nice of you, sunflower. But I already have 100 stars, so you seem useless. And in the middle of changing some of my Brando YouTuber settings, I had to double take the game, as apparently I'm now in the jungle. But as I planted my Christmas shooters, we began to take out the brain-exposed bombies, whilst listening to the sound of twinkling stars and silenced pistols. Love me a bit of ASMR. What type of congratulations is next level? I don't even get a good job, just piss off to the next stage, I guess. And I don't know how I missed this before, but when choosing my plants, and when I say plants, I mean these two knobs, the game gives us this MS Paint countdown leading into let's go! Go where? Where are we going, game? My plants don't have feet. And in the midst of level 2, my eyes slowly started to drift to the bottom left of the screen, showcasing what looks to be a meteor strike. And you know, one click led to another and... hello, lady. Oh my goodness, everything is dead. Well, that was easy. How are there more of you? Despite literally wiping out the board with space rocks and the level progress bar being empty, zombies decide to just keep coming for the next 5 minutes. What's the point of a progress bar if you just sack it off and send in the whole military anyway? And trust me, this is no glitch. The endless zombies spawning after the progress bar happens for every level. They are literally forcing me to play this game longer than I have to, which is so fun. Regardless, after this level, we were given Black Walnut, who is literally just a rock with googly eyes. And in all fairness, he did a pretty good job of sitting there, just chilling. But then all of a sudden, a zombie charged towards my rock and began to eat him. Although, since my guy is made out of pure minerals, I have nothing to work. Did this headless corpse just take a bite out of Mr. Stone? And whilst Brainman began eating my rock up here, the other plants just sat back and watched him get pulled apart. This has to be some kind of roxism. Just because my boy ain't a plant, you can't just pretend he ain't on the lawn. However, we went on and were revealed to Fat Bucket Man. But not to worry, as we now have 2 Peter, who is yellow now. 2 Peter doesn't exactly work how you think. Instead of shooting in multiple lanes, this little fella shoots in the same lane. Incredible game design. So as the meatheads strolled down the field, Yellowface did its job of shooting 2 bull things, which caused... Oh. Jesus! After playing this level for way longer than I should have, I managed to plant enough ketchup and mustard to top my hot dog. You see, the joke there is that the plants look like ketchup and mustard. And despite moving on to the next level, we wasn't given anybody new, which seems to be a trend throughout this game, as we only get to get a new freaky plant every 2 levels. Meaning I have to play through this slop twice as much just to unlock these bootleg vegetables. So after planting the yellow gang in level 6, we were given Sun Shooter? Pea Flower. And once deploying him on the lawn, I waited for him to shoot his sun peas. He is breathing fire. So apparently, Hot Breath over here breathes fire in front of it. Who are you? And even with Snap Shooter on the team, it looks like the game wanted me to stop playing because why is there so many bucket heads? Throughout my time playing this game, I've come to realize that each level just throws up a random background from their PvZ hat, with the environments being Gladiator Land, Jungle Day, Jungle Lunchtime, Jungle Night. That's all of them. Putting aside the fact there's technically only 2 backgrounds, why couldn't they just put a filter of a Sparta land and then all of a sudden, oh look, it's nighttime Sparta land. That's literally a whole new background right there. We were given Siamese sleep paralysis flower who gives double stars, and her sister doesn't look too happy about it. With our double trouble flowers giving us more stars, we're able to get down our repeaters way faster, which didn't really mean much as the zombies just kept freaking spawning. And I don't know who chose the sun prices in this game, but the sun economy crisis is getting worse. At the end of level 10, I had 7,500 blimmin' stars. This level is no longer a challenge then, is it? Citron? What did they do to you? Citron apparently shoots bullets at zombies, and as much as I wanted to make a joke about how a plant could shoot bullets, he instead started to fire carrot missiles that blew up the zombies. And as I tried to place more of these guys, I was suddenly denied, which was cool. And after nearly restarting this long-ass game, it turns out this little leafy guy chilling in the corner is supposed to tell me how many plants I'm allowed to place, which is now 0. I was shocked to see a game of this, quality have clear conditions just like PvZ 2. However, don't get used to this because this is the only exciting thing that happens in this game, which is saying a lot. But after blowing everything up to cure my dopamine addiction, we continue to play until unlocking. That is literally just Potato Man. You didn't even try. Fortunately, Potato Man actually proved to be useful as Foot Soldier from Garden Warfare pulled up. So after planting my potato mines, I noticed that they just instantly spawn without having to charge up. But the downside to this is that they just choose to destroy themselves at the sight of a zombie. Who were you going for? The Foot Soldier tried to rocket jump over Cactus's mine, but yeah, nice try, buddy. Because of Potato Man's instant recharge and really quick cooldown, it's unironically become the most overpowered plant in the game. It literally just insta-kills every zombie, so we had plenty of time to build up our garden and bomb the last guy. And as we settled into level 14, who the hell is that supposed to be? Monster Energy Ambassador Zombie. Who the fuck? I breezed through this level, and during my time playing, I took a moment to take in this game's music. Music to my bloody ears. In day 15, I finally unlocked another plant, being the blue guys from Angry Birds. To no one's surprise, this plant shoots 3 Ps at once, and with our potato mines being able to hold off the first few zombies, we're able to afford both Citron and 3 Peter to eliminate every bootleg twat on my lawn. We were stopped by another don't plant more to piss off, and with being given a 25 plant limit, I can literally just use the same defense as the last level. Do they not realize that 25 plants is like half the damn pitch? And at this point, I don't think a single zombie could get by my defense. Not any plant given to me could improve my lineup. That's not even a plan. Whoever the mystery dev is that made this game must have gave up at this point, as the spiky bomb just blows up zombies. And it can't even do that right. And to add to my collection of random artillery, we were also given cannon. Hold the coconut. I don't know why they chose to remove these plants' features to make them seem different when the rest of the plants are literally carbon copies of the PvZ roster but with an uncommon skin. Regardless, unlike Coconut Cannon in PvZ 2, Noob Cannon shoots for you, and rather frequently, yet with worse damage. Because we all can't have nice things. And what better way to test the cannon than against Crackhead Zombie? Right then. It seems like no matter what zombie decides to show up, the plants are just too strong for it to be considered a fair fight. And no game, spamming 50 million enemies over and over does not make the level harder. Why do you look so afraid, Colonel Bolt? And why do you throw cabbages? I'm assuming this dude is the love child of Cornface and Cabbage Face, but this doesn't mean he's any more powerful, as he doesn't even stun enemies like his dad does, which is even more infuriating when Rocky decides to let the zombies walk past him as some form of revenge for earlier. But we managed to somehow get by anyway, rewarding us with lightning, walnut, laser, dragon reed. And to no one's surprise, this guy shoots lightning from his nutty body. Oh, that sounds weird. Wait a second. Something's up. We're on level 20, and there doesn't seem to be many zombies on the lawn. Oh, look, it's Frankenstein. This is gonna be a whole different level of difficulty. I already know. Rest in peace, bowling ball. Heading back to the blue mouse, I noticed that it doesn't chain its lightning between multiple targets. I'm starting to pick up a trend here. And as I've reached my limit with this stupid game, we finally unlocked the last plant in the almanac. And by plant, I mean another pissing bomb. Oh, I wonder what this guy does. Wow, it f***ing blows up. This dynamite bundle recharges so fast that I literally beat day 21 by blowing all of the zombies up. Oh boy, this game sure is difficult with only having 15,000 sun to spare. And so there concludes the worst PvZ PvZ Knock. I'm just kidding. There is no ending to this game. Out of curiosity, I clicked on this little funny button which looked like a leaderboard of sorts. And to my surprise, Nazimov Nuh and the guy from Shazam have beaten over 12,000 levels in pissing angry plants. There is literally no stopping point in this game. Once you pick it up, you can never put it down again. Unless you're me, who managed to crash the game at this point, and I never chose to pick it up again. But thanks to my amazing Discord member Trasso, they went on playing Pantry Ants in my legacy. And if you want to help me with videos in the future, make sure to join my Discord, Brando's Backyard. The link is in the description. But anyway, Trasso went on level after level, and oh look everybody, Balloon Zombie. Well, that was worth the wait. But hold on just a second, because Orange Balloon Zombie. I mean, it can't get any worse than this, right? I think we might be done here. So that's about all I could manage with Angry Plants. Do I think you should play it? No! But if you liked this video covering obscure PvZ media, make sure to check out my last video covering a mysterious Plants vs. Zombies series called Let the Peace Fly. Make sure to like the video, and I'll see you next time.